Ignite. CEDH. Episode 21. The boys discuss Rhystic Study. Again.
Welcome to Ignite CEDH. My name is Joseph.
I'm Kevin.
And it's time to re-spark a conversation.
Oh my god, this is like Groundhog Day. It's a nightmare on repeat. Shut up about bans. There's not even a ban window incoming.
We had a ban on Monday. They could ban whenever they want.
Yeah, but they'll give us warning of a ban or something. It's not like Gavin.
They've never given us real warning, to be fair. We just assume.
Yeah, but Gavin didn't come out and be like, we're having a ban in a week. Have fun, guys.
Yeah. But it's still a conversation.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is the Albuquerque 10K had an interesting situation where at least half of their top 16 pods hit a 3-hour time limit because of this new hot deck ROG Ishai, which is supposed to be really good at untimed top 16s. It's supposed to be pretty much unstoppable. The whole deck is built around trying to gain the advantage over a very long term in order to win the game. It has quick ways to win, but it mainly focuses on our loved Rhystic Study.
Thanks, Sam Black. I have nothing
to be fair,
Sam Black,
it wasn't Sam Black who introduced this deck. Jay Sanders and Zach Adler played it at the mid-season invitational back 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And people have adapted the deck, brought in the deck, and tried to make it a really big impact. Honestly, this is probably one of the bigger impacts we've had for a deck that came out of the blue in a while.
Yeah, it's a pretty good new build, absolutely.
It's basically the idea of putting Jeskai control, just with trying to do turbo stuff in a sense. It enables a very fast access to quick mana to put out an engine like Rhystic Study or Smothering Tithe or a bunch of other stuff, and you have a ton of ways to clone your enchantments or other people's enchantments, because typically a single game probably has more than one advantage engine on the field. And they're just trying to rack it up so it's impossible for other people to win, and they find their minimal ways to win.
So a deck was built that wants to force the game long, and now we're complaining about games going long. Like 3 months ago we were complaining that games were ending on turn 2 or 3 and it was turn order simulator. So what's going on with the meta? Is it perhaps not a Rhystic Study problem and we have 40,000 cards to choose from problem, where you can build a deck to do literally anything? You can build a deck to make a bunch of triggers and make the game take forever.
Sure.
You might be able to do that in standard if you really tried.
So that's, I think, actually the problem with Rhystic Study, is it causes a situation where one spell can be 6 triggers.
Sure, but a lot of cards can do that.
Sure. Rhystic Study is a weird situation where it can get out of hand. Like, it feels fine, okay, if somebody gets one Rhystic, but once they get multiple, it gets disgusting.
Run removal, like, this is a very basic
Sure.
concept.
100%. But a lot of decks are so narrow that it's hard to run enchantment removal.
You have to
besides
deck to the meta. If the meta game is 15 Rhystic Studies around the battlefield, run something in your deck that can handle 15 Rhystic Studies. Play a Narset that shuts down draws. Play something that punishes draws. Play a Notion Thief. Play we don't have Hull Breacher anymore. Oh, man. Unban and play Hull Breacher. That's the answer to the Rhystic problem. It is, that is an answer. There's so many better things than just, ban this card because I don't want to run removal. I don't want to change my deck to run around a card. Well, that's what our format is. My Blue Farm deck, Blue Farm wouldn't be good if it wasn't able to adapt to the metagame.
In my opinion, I can see an argument of keeping and banning At this point, I'm more just on the side of banning it, just to get rid of it. I'm more
So you're tired of the discussion.
Sorry?
So you're tired with the discussion? Is that what it is? Because
I'm like tired with the discussion, and if it's so controversial, then just ban it and get rid of it, right? Like, that's, in my mind, it's a card. There's worse things on the ban list. Like, things that are not supposed to be on the ban list that are currently on the ban list that are probably less impactful. Rhystic, with this format right now, there is a viable about 8 different card advantage engines that are viable in the format. Rhystic is just one, a very prominent one that has less restriction. I think banning Rhystic Study, you're not losing a lot, but you're gaining a lot, if that makes sense. There's more good to banning Rhystic Study than there is bad.
I disagree wholeheartedly. List off all the good things about banning Rhystic.
All the good things about banning
Maybe not
Rhystic?
all, but you know what I mean.
It will likely not have 3-hour games.
That is not a known factor. You cannot guarantee there's not 3-hour games in CEDH without...
No, sure. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I think it's less likely to happen, especially at the rate it's currently happening.
It happened in one tournament. 3 times. 3 times?
It happened actually multiple times in the last 2 weeks, where top 16 has gone extremely long. So, it is what it is. Like, I'd rather get the headache, kill the headache with Advil than let it be, ride it out.
It's not a headache. Just play around pay for your Rhystic Study. That stops every discussion we're having. Okay. I know you can't always pay.
How often do you pay? How often do you pay for Rhystic Study, even if you could?
Depends on the turn.
And then you also have 2 other opponents that also feed the Rhystic Study that you can't control. There's an argument, yeah. Pay for your Rhystic Study, pay for your taxes, but it's not as easy as that. I don't know. But here's a different angle that I've heard for banning Rhystic Study.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of the concept of should wizards... So, right now, there's the Game Changers list.
Yeah.
And essentially, the Game Changers list is a cards banned in bracket 2.
Okay, sure.
Or restricted in bracket 1. Should there be a list of cards banned in bracket 5?
No. The whole point is it pushes what's available to the format to the 100th possible, like, to the top of the format. You're pushing decks as good as they can go. Why even banning powerful spells is like, you know, outside of game breaking stuff, like Nadu was literally a design mistake. Sure, ban Nadu, but like,
sure,
we deal with powerful shit in EDH all the time.
I think the logic is that any healthy competitive format has bans specific to them. And in a casual play, it might not be a necessary ban, but in a competitive format, it is necessary.
We have had bans just for us. They just banned for the whole format.
A single ban just for us.
Dockside is basically just for CEDH.
It was a nuisance in casual, but it's not too bad.
Casual's not fast enough to make a problem of Dockside. Yeah, no, banning Rhystic Study just because you want to have a CEDH only ban list. If you're open, like, even just having a CEDH only ban list, then you're playing a different format. You're not playing Commander. There's a bunch.
No, you're playing Commander in the bracket system.
I don't think the bracket system is like terribly well adapted outside of large events. Like, none of the local stores I go to use the bracket system. Some tournaments use it for, like, we're playing a bracket 3 tournament, which is just tournament EDH with restrictions.
Sure, but that's not fun. Casual Friday nights is not typically a good sense of if something's getting adapted. I don't know. It's a conversation people are having. It is what it is, dude. Like, people can whine and cry, but I've heard more people are for banning Rhystic Study than people who are not at this point.
Luckily, I pulled up Hire's survey right here.
You can't see the results of it, can you?
Absolutely, we can. I have the document open right now.
Cool. Oh, it is a 50-50. That's what I read.
I'm checking the numbers myself because I have nothing better to do, but Anyway, is there anything non-Rhystic Study you would like to talk about?
Yeah, we have some tournaments coming up,
Oh, yeah.
including a dual land tournament this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a good time last weekend.
I also had a good time Monday. I was able to come down and play at Legends Warehouse. It's actually Legendary Collectibles. Yeah, it was nice to get down and put faces and names in the SOCC Discord, so that was pretty fun. Went 1 and 2, which is not bad. And you, I believe, qualified, locked in your top 10 spot.
Top 10 spot for, Legends, Legendaries, top 16, no, top 10, sorry. So they do a weekly league where you come in on Monday nights, you play 3 games, and you earn points to a qualifier for a top 10. I have the statistical disadvantage of only being able to play 33% less games than everybody else because I only could play 2 games a night. As I don't live relatively close and I typically have an early morning. So I ended up still top 10ing, coming in 8th place for that. And this Monday, we're going to see who can bring it home. I am going to likely play Ral. I think Ral gives me a good chance. But I might be more tilting towards maybe a Kenrith or be the problem with Rog Ishai. We'll see. It should be interesting. I don't know. I'm going to see how this weekend goes with... I'm playing a tournament on Sunday. And I'm still up in the air what I'm going to play, but I'm going to likely run Ral back because I had a pretty good weekend on Ral last Sunday, winning the Mox Diamond Invitational.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations. We have a new qualifier.
Yeah, it only took me 2 top 4s to do it. But
You missed it with the random, so you're 1 for doing that tournament. That's not bad at all.
dude, I very technically, I've won 2 out of 4 of those tournaments. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's awesome. Happy to have you. And no repeat winners yet, which is that's interesting. I thought we would see 1 on the first 3, but come out. Our next tournament is April 26th. I have booked it off work to judge.
Is it do you know if it's well, you should know. What's the tiebreaker? Is the tiebreaker the most top 4s, or
so qualifying without winning is just leaderboard points. But they'll follow the same tiebreaker as I'm about to read out. Tiebreakers are tournament wins, round wins, Swiss point percentage over the year, so points earned over a number of possible points. That's in games you've played, or in tournaments you've played, and then a coin flip.
fair enough.
So these tiebreakers again encourage more people to come out to get more round wins, and then if they have tied, then it's basically more round wins out that you. It works out to be a percentage of your round 1, essentially, and you get a point for a draw. I just ran the math. It looks like 49.46% voted yes to ban Rhystic Study. Now, give me a second. I can cross-reference those with. Actually, yeah, should be able to cross-reference those with the players who play CEDH. But that's an interesting statistic nonetheless.
Yeah, it's
that's basically down the middle, 0.54% difference over 2,500 responses. That's nothing.
Exactly, and some of those obviously are going to be people who don't play.
Yeah, I'm going to work on filtering those out now.
So we have some tournaments coming up. This Saturday we have the London Mana Lounge?
Mana Lounge, that's nice.
So on the 28th, we have Mana Lounge in London, Ontario, hosting their tournament. I know Kevin's going to head out over there. It's a little too far for me, especially with what's going on right now with pricing of gas.
My gosh, yeah, I'm not
just not worth it. Yeah, not worth it for me. Not going to make it back. But we have a capped 64-person dual land tournament in Oshawa, Curtis. At the
capped?
Critical Hit. I believe it's capped.
Sweet.
64, I believe, is capped. Yeah, 0 seats remaining. Going to be a good time. Always love that place. Love that you could just get food at the table while playing. Always a good time. Can't wait to see you guys there. Know a bunch of you will be out there. See you guys on Sunday. April 4th, next weekend, we have Oakville. ETB doing their Highlander Cup, as they usually do, every 2 months-ish. I think the last one was in February. Great store, lots of good cards, good time to go out. Then there's a new tournament coming into the zone in Toronto. Brain Freeze at Go for Games. Currently 10 people already registered. This is the same weekend as the 52-person tournament in Mississauga on the same day as the SOC tournament. So it's already like a decent turnout for Toronto. Quite excited to see them advance further. Always love new stores getting into the scene. Then we have SOC. It's currently sold out. They announced that all tickets were purchased. So it should be a great event. 52 people. Just go and jam some games. Go to that. I'm pre-registered. And I am cleared for takeoff.
Nice.
We have another Toronto tournament. Esper April CDH Showdown. Where is this? Esper Cards and Games.
Is that new? I feel this one's new.
It's new. It's on April the 12th, the day after, down in Scarborough. 40% of the prize pool for first. Not too bad. Not too shabby at all. That is on April the 12th. We have April 19th. Good friends at Fantasy Forge hosting their King of Games series number 13. Always a good time there. Never really have a bad time. They have good stock. They have good people. I love playing there. They're currently expanding, so in the near future, they can host probably up to 100+ person tournament just in their upstairs apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I talked to the guy who's their new Magic event coordinator, and he's going to really start pushing bigger prizing, maybe get some cards on the list, reserve list, and trying to push for some big prizing. Then we have Hamilton. Waypoint Games already has 11 people registered at the end of this April.
Oh, I got it.
April 25th.
It's gonna be 10. I gotta take that one off. I work that weekend.
Fair enough. 10 people registered. Followed by your April 26th, Forbes Hobbies.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's a heck of a lineup we got coming up for this month. Every weekend between We Have the Tough Mulligans, 11th, 19th, you said King of Games? Yeah, so there's at least one every weekend, maybe multiple depending on where you're going. That's
literally across the street from you. Our friends at CNC are doing a two-headed giant CDH tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think I could make either. I think my mind says I'm busy that weekend, but I'll have to confirm. But I'm qualified, so I don't need to fully worry about that.
No, you don't.
So I feel pretty good overall.
The results hold pretty true for CDH players. 49% of CDH players want the card ban, so 51 said no. Still over there's still 2350 of the 2500 responses. So that's pretty close to 50-50, but yeah,
pretty decent.
I don't know. If it was a strong 70-75%.
Yeah, so my other big hobby is playing RuneScape. They've done a polling system for a decade now, and they have to reach a 70% poll rate in order to bring a new content into the game.
Yeah.
70% is very steep, and polls fail just because of people rage baiting or spamming stuff. Most of their stuff goes through, but they've been debating on getting rid of the polling system entirely a number of times, just because it's a lot of specific content can't be made or can't be pitched because it will just be torn down. And it's hard to invest time into a project and then it be voted by the community to be shut out. But it's also a good system because it is your community speaking. You're only putting stuff in the game that people want.
Yeah, and again, outside of people trying to sway these results and things, 49% is like, that means no matter what you do, half the players are going to be upset. I think that just means you stay the course. There's no change in that case is better than change for me. Because you have the negative effect of taking out or upsetting, let's say, half the player base. And then on top of that, you have people complaining about having to change a deck or their card value going down. And re-proxy in this format, that's not a big issue. But card value will go down for non-CEDH players too, for a format they don't play because we couldn't figure it out. I think we just leave it personally, and maybe don't play decks that aim to extend the tournament clock. It's a crazy thing to complain about tournament time when you're actively pushing it.
Yeah, the issue is like there's no way to completely stop that from happening, in my opinion.
Chess
is
clock.
people are going to play what they want to play, and if they enjoy winning, like they're going to play the best deck, and that currently is one of the best decks in the last month. If we check EDH top 16,
I don't know if it's like a new best deck. It is the new hotness, I'll admit that.
I'm pretty sure if you look at EDH top 16 right now for the last 30 days, it's pretty high up there.
Yeah, that's the definition of new hotness.
Yeah, but like I don't think it's.
The thing is, if this is going to be a dominant deck long term, we just need more time to see that. Nothing except for time is going to show that a deck is like something that the format can or can't adjust to.
Yeah, which is fair. In the last couple weeks, it has about 67 entries, with a 26.8% conversion rate. Which
is big tournaments only?
It's higher than Blue Farm.
Is this big tournaments or all tournaments?
All tournaments. I think I did 30 players for this stat, but I don't know. Hold on. No, it's 50 players. 50 players in the last year. But if I lower that down, in the last month, it has a 35.41% win rate, conversion rate.
Yeah,
so it's 35% is a pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Absolutely. I'm not gonna say it's not good, but I mean the format will adjust, right? If someone wants to sit there and play Rhystic Studies on turn 1 through 4, or 2 through 5, or whatever the goal is, if that's the best thing their deck can do, then maybe the best thing my deck can do is cast one spell and win with a bunch of triggers. Or play like a, not a Timna, what's it called? Not Tivit. It's the one that wins with the graveyard deck, the Abzan one. I really want to try it. Tayam, thank you. Like play a Tayam deck where you don't cast anything to win the game. Now, there's lots of ways to adjust to a metagame where casting spells is bad, or not, like where it can feed your opponents a lot. Yes, it means you might not be able to play your favorite deck. That's what competitive Magic is about. I've been playing competitive Magic, 60 card and CEDH for, oh my god, 2026, a decade? Maybe a little less, maybe 9 years. And like, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and play the metagame. Or go, like, play something that's very good against the metagame. This deck right now is at least good against the current metagame. So maybe the metagame needs to change if it wants to beat this deck. Maybe bad players or worse players will take over playing this deck and bring some of those conversion rates down.
So my main concept though is nothing's new about this deck.
No, nothing. This is a control deck.
This deck's original logic came from No Bad Cards Kinnan, which is a deck mostly popularized by Freedom Waffle, a huge.
Who played that deck?
Pretty much everyone in Ontario. Holy mackerel! Kinnan is stupidly popular around here.
I was talking about Andrew.
Oh,
Who has
he
to-
plays very similar to that deck.
Yeah,
He doesn't
it's a nomad
100%
card,
play it, but
it's close. It's close. He has his own spin.
it's
on
very
it.
close. Yeah. But yeah, so in the end, I voted on that poll. I said yes, mostly because I see the argument going both ways, and I just don't want to deal with it. I think it's more of a hindrance. I want my game plan to go off, and I also just love Turbo. Let's be fair.
So you
That's all I
voted
do
yes
play
because
right
you
now.
want to play safer turbo.
No, I voted yes because I don't want games to always go to time.
Games won't always go to time. I play a lot of games with Rhystic Study, and most of them don't go to time.
I wish I had that experience. I really do.
I don't know. Watch me play Magic. I play quick. I don't. For the most part,
You play
obviously,
quick?
you need to think on decision points sometimes, but yeah, it's. I don't think banning Rhystic Study is. I think there's many things we could do before we ban Rhystic Study. One of which is like play different decks. If you're willing to switch to a deck that takes a long time to play, because you think it's good in the meta, like you're switching to Rhystic Ishai, maybe you switch and you want to stay ahead of the meta, switch to something that's going to be good into that. Punish card draw. You know, play your Bowmasters, play your Notion Thieves, play your Narsets, play Narset Wheel. They're not these. The thing is, these decks that can do this aren't even bad on their own. They're different strategies that people haven't tried.
Well, dude, I think we're going to come to an impasse here. Like, I'm
not expecting us to solve
it's
this problem on our own.
yeah. At this point, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to. I'm just trying to get through this time right now, and this time I'm having a blast. I'm honestly like this format.
You've been killing this
is
lately. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm not playing the decks I always want to play. Is my issue. Is I feel right now I'm in a state where I want to play Ral, but I don't feel like it's always the correct choice to play Ral.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because, especially on like Monday nights, I have difficulty playing Ral because there's a lot of really good players, and there's a lot of like that control aspect. And I can sometimes dodge that or get seed advantage where I'm getting into a spot where it's really good for me. But most of the time, it's hard to do anything reliable.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not super complaining. I also, Kenrith has been going up and up, and also going is in a weird spot right now.
Really?
It's done really well recently. It's like one of other than Sisay, I think it's the best 5-color deck on EDH top 16 in the last month.
They function on very different axes, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But for soup variants, I think it's. Let me take a look here. Yeah, Kenrith is the second most played, and a decent conversion rate in the last month.
Mm-hmm.
In the last month, with 50 player plus tournaments, has a 46.15% conversion rate with 26 entries. In the 30 player tournaments, 34 entries with a 38.23 conversion rate in the last 30 days. That's really high.
Really good. Yeah.
That is really good. I haven't compared my list to many of these lists yet. Mostly because I really like how my list is built.
Yeah.
And I've just been trying to foil it out. But that's just my personality. I don't think it's the best list. I should tune it quite a bit, but...
You're also... Part of CEDH is, like, knowing your list, too. If you know your list, you're going to be... Like, you're going to gain percentage points over someone who just changes their deck all the time and just does whatever the meta does. Now, following the meta will get you a few more points here and there, but knowing your list and knowing exactly what your outs are and what to play to, there's a strength in that, absolutely.
For sure. I don't know. I'm having a good time, though. Like, I like switching it up anyways, so it's not like a huge ordeal to do this. Like, switching the deck's not a big hindrance to me anyways.
Yeah, and like there is a point like I got to this point with my burn deck in modern, where like you just start getting new cards in foil, and that's I feel like where you're going to be at with Kenrith very soon. Is like when you need a new card for the deck, you just buy it in foil instead of the regular. Now, a little different in that I'm using new release cards. You're using sometimes like you're gonna get older cards that are new tech in the deck. Yeah, I mean we got like 15-ish, 20 minutes. If you want to compare the decks, I'm all ears. You can pull up the list.
Let's see here. So there's a Kenrith that won a tournament, 71 player tournament, Jacob Long. Let's take a look here and hope if it loads. 5-color Cheshire. Very different than mine.
You don't have Tataru in your list.
I do.
You do?
They don't.
They do. They absolutely do. Right under Orcish Bowmasters.
Ranger Captain Eos?
Taru.
Where the fuck is Orcish Bowmasters? Why is it not in alphabetical... Oh, it's in CMC order. Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, everyone...
That's fine, whatever. Here's the differences. 35 differences. They're not on Breach combo.
Okay, that's huge.
That's wildly different. They're not on Voice of Victory.
Okay. Or
Grand Abolishur. Or Thoracle combo.
What are they on? They must be centered around Kenrith then.
They have a Reanimate. They have a Nymph Visit. Deadpool. They're playing Swords over Path, which is fine. Even Interrupter?
This is a vastly different list. Oh my goodness.
This is doing something completely different than I am. They're trying to flicker something.
Dual caster.
What are they trying to flicker?
Dual caster mage.
Oh.
Dual caster mage with snap makes infinite mana, I think. Yeah. You cast snap targeting whatever, cast dual caster, it comes in, copy snap, new snap targets dual caster mage, repeat as much as you want for as many mana as you want. Same with Ghostly Flicker, because you can exile an a land and do the same thing. What else?
No, this is... I thought it was a Turbo Cradle list, so I see Talon Gates as being Cradle card.
Yeah,
but they're not playing...
But they're not playing the other pieces.
Oboro anyways, yeah. So it doesn't... So it's not a Turbo Cradle list.
They do have something...
But it's playing Cloud.
They do have some sort of graveyard list, because they want to... they have Entomb.
This is a weird list.
I think part of the lesson here is your 5-color lists can go pretty much wherever they want. And
yeah, they can go pretty wide, so...
It's a good value engine.
Let's see what this other winning list is. No, this looks like a copy and paste Cheshire. It is copy and paste Cheshire. But 2 different people. Nope, they're the same person.
Well, that's a pretty good reason for it to be a copy paste.
Just one says... One's Jacob and one's Atlas. So that's weird. See this third playlist list. See if this is somewhere... more. Yeah, this kind of Cloud of Fairies again, which is interesting. 30 cards different. Still no Underworld Breach. They don't like Underworld Breach, but they're putting up with a Thoracle combo.
Okay.
They just don't like Underworld Breach, which is...
I wonder if they don't have Underworld
fine.
Breach because it's so prominent in the metagame, and in 5 colors you can run whatever win con you want.
Yeah, it's fair.
So you're not.
This one's on the Derevi Emil plan.
Okay.
So this is more of a Turbo Cradle build without Oboro.
So either way, you're looking for
What the fuck
infinite
is
mana.
this? Ignoble Hierarch. Ignoble Hierarch. Yeah. Not this list is not awful in my eyes. Sword the Enchanter, I've seen people try.
I don't hate Delny.
Like
either.
everything else is pretty stock maybe play.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. They're playing both not Ancient Grudge, Assassin's Trophy and the other Gagari one that I can't think of the name. It should be down here.
Assassin's Trophy and a
Abrupt Decay.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I wouldn't play both of them. I feel like there's just better removal. But they're also playing Path to the Exile. No, they're not playing Path. So they're I don't know. It's interesting. Kenrith is a soup deck though. So you can literally play anything, and it can be really good. So I'm not upset. I think this is going to be... I think you could play Kenrith in either build, and it looks good. And I've had like decent success with Kenrith semi-recently.
Yeah.
So I'm not too opposed to this. So we'll see where it goes. Again, I'm like a little bit debating on playing Kenrith this coming tournament. But I'm still like up in the air. This store is the one that sold me the artist proof signed copy of Kenrith. So that's the only reason why I really like playing Kenrith here, because it makes the owner happy in a sense.
He likes to see it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was his original card, and he's like, with a collection like yours, it has to be in your collection. Yeah. So it was very nice of him giving it to me at cost. So I'm quite happy overall. But yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. I think we got through quite a bit. This is a good conversation, and it gives you 10 minutes to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, not much. Gonna get food in the air fryer.
Fair enough. Well, yeah. Thank you all, everybody, for coming out. If you enjoyed the episode, hit us the like button. Comment. Talk to us. Join our Discord. Follow us on our social medias linked below. Give us some topics for upcoming episodes so we could stop talking about Rhystic Study.
Oh, please.
Other than that, I will see you guys this weekend in Curtis.
And I will be around.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one. So it's been a month, which means we're talking about banning Rhystic Study again. Thanks, Sam Black.
Yeah, but I think it's a good conversation to have.
We just had it a month ago. Why are we rehashing the same conversation?
Because I think it needs to be banned.
I think you're all messed. Does not need a ban. I think we need to not build decks that intentionally slow the game down. It's like, stacks is one thing, but like intentionally putting a bunch of triggers on the stack just to slow the game down is another thing. And any deck can put a bunch of triggers on the stack. That's not, not exciting. But just like, can we not have the same discussion for like, can we just go like 3 months without having the same freaking discussion? Like, what are we going to name this episode? The third time we're having the Rhystic Study Banned discussion, round 3. I mean, I guess it's better than some big... there's no big conspiracies or anything going on in CEDH right now, which is nice. Or no big...
scandals.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no big scandals or anything. Of all the things we could have talked to about, it's not the worst thing, but it certainly could be better than, should we ban Rhystic Study for the 5th time? That's part of it. That's like, honestly, part of it isn't that, like, whether or not we should ban it. It's just get, like, that question's getting...
It was mentioned even on Ben Bateman's shorts. He mentioned it.
I don't know who Ben Bateman is.
You've never watched Pack It Up?
Nope, never heard of it.
You should. It's really good.
I believe you.
It's Chaos Draft. It's a wall of every pack ever.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I've seen his wall. I just never got it.
I didn't know the results were public.
They are. Why can't it? Oh. Spreadsheet building. This is excellent podcast.
I should actually bring it on my screen here. There we go. They changed Top Deck.
What? Oh,
Top Deck looks... Yeah. You are... Yes. Let me increase my distance because I can't see Mana Lounge.
That's alright.
There we go.
Yeah. I don't recall seeing Taru. Taru.
What? What are you talking about? Adios.
Bonne nuit. Sure, I speak French.